Hey all, it's Chris. I'm here in our Hickory, North Carolina store. And we're going to have a conversation with Colby, Kayla, and Landon, the management team here, to chat through some struggles that they had last year and some successes that they've had as well, to celebrate that, but to discuss how did they get there, to go from frustration to fantastic in 6 months. Sit back and enjoy the conversation with Kayla, Landon, and Colby, and hope you learned something.
So 6 months ago, the biggest struggle for me as a GM was trying to get fully staffed and trying to get all the managers kind of on the same page, holding people accountable and themselves accountable as well was a big thing. My relationship with the crew was definitely divided, just with personnel issues and also just kind of trying to focus on the same thing. When we realized that we needed help to turn the store around, or at least me personally, was definitely with the Steirtech scores being low. I knew that we could do way more than that. I knew what my store was capable of, and just trying to show everybody that was like a big thing.
You approached me and you spoke to me about how frustrated you were because you felt like this store was taking over your whole life. And I think that was when it was time that we need to do some drastic changes.
I felt so demoralized all the time coming in here, not wanting to come in as much as I think that I could have been. Really made me realize that something needed to give.
Yeah, because we definitely weren't the only ones that felt that. It definitely was the crew as well. They definitely felt like overworked, definitely drained, because it just felt like we were working so hard and we couldn't get there.
A massive step that you guys took wasn't just holding the managers accountable, it was also educating the crew and holding them accountable. You guys did a great job educating them on those processes.
And even with new hires, I think with my trainers, I tell them to train everyone like they're training a manager. Yeah. So that way they're kind of all on the same page and prepared for all that stuff.
In 6 months, the difference that you've seen is drastic. The ability to change the mindset of the crew from this is a job that I get a paycheck from to this is a place where I love going. I love going to work. I have fun when I'm there. And I think that was a big struggle for you 6 months ago as well, was that the mindset of the crew was totally different than it is now. Mm-hmm. They take pride in what they do, take pride in being a part of this team.
Definitely involving feedback during the manager meetings was another thing. So I could see where they kind of needed help to meet those goals and stuff like that.
The one-on-one, we would sit down and discuss not only things to work on, but things we did well that week, because it wasn't just you need to do this better, you need to work on this. It was, you did really well at this, let's keep that momentum moving forward, take some of that energy, put it into this, work on this a little bit. And then it not just being you talking at us, it was a conversation.
Another process that you implemented was just the Steirtech training program. You saw it the whole way through, and we didn't move on until you were happy with the results you saw.
Exactly.
And through that process, again, you were able to educate the crew members and hold them accountable so that they are Steirtech ready. They are Steirtech professionals and leaders.
Yeah, and the crew definitely bought into that too, and they would hold everyone accountable, really push them to kind of be like, wow, I can actually do this. One of the things with those changes was just having like a little Facebook group where you can put positive things like how great like the crew is doing to build up their confidence, or even just our Employee of the Month board, just getting a picture, giving a gift card says a lot, just telling people that they're doing a great job and all that positive reinforcement.
Being able to see the, what you get from your actions at work. I mean, a gift card is awesome. Like, I love getting gift cards, and I'm sure the crew does too. And then to see like if you're up there multiple times, it really keeps people motivated. And with the Facebook group, the crew comments on the post, like telling everyone good job with what they did, or like if we missed something on a shop, they comment on it. Let's get it next week, y'all. And I feel like they feel more heard than they once were.
If I had to tell a general manager anything going through something similar, is just relax and don't try to put everything on yourself. Overall, you do have a team, so, and you need to work through that team. Also, don't set goals that you can't reach. So make sure that you're only setting the goals that you can actually meet and go up from there.
With that, I think also leaning into your management team, you showing all of the managers how to do everything. Having that knowledge that you've given us has helped a lot. with that knowledge comes confidence. So if something happens, it's not that big of a deal. We can handle it and move on from that.
Something that you and I talked about was it's going to get worse before it gets better.
Yeah.
We had to cut out a lot of negative parts of this business before we were able to improve it, which did create a lot of work, a lot of hours between all of us. And I think that's something that they need to be prepared for, but something to look forward to. I think it made the benefit all the more sweeter at the end of it that we worked that much harder for.
I think realizing too that you have the support. So not knowing that you're not in it by yourself, that you have the support not only from your team, but from the DM, from the owners. Like, you have all the support that you need to be successful, and just kind of like utilizing that and knowing that you're not by yourself in it was a big thing. What
made you so successful is that we have so many tools that we've created as a brand, and understanding how to utilize that is a little intimidating because we have so much to choose from. I think understanding what the right tools are to use when, and again, seeking help in managing that is great. We have all these processes here to be successful. I've found that a lot of people who are not successful just are deciding not to use the process.
I think to emphasize the management training, it definitely put all of us on the same page. We're definitely a much more cohesive unit than we were, 6 months ago, even 3 months ago. I feel like having all of that in place and all of that training addressed definitely has helped us moving forward.
I've known that we could be here this whole time. It's nice that everyone is buying in and being like, wow, we can definitely be there. Just being 8 points above corporate average is insane to think of for where we were 6 months ago.
Going from a 79 to a 95 is pretty impressive, I think. And it happened in 3 months.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I think some of the greatest success that I've seen, and I hope everyone else feels the same, is I think when you come here, I look forward to it. I know it's going to be easy shift, and I know it's going to be fun. We have fun while we're here, and that's the best thing about Five Guys. Is it's that simple that once you learn how to do the job, it's pretty fun. You get to interact with the customers more, actually make someone's day, instead of just focusing on all the negative things that happen during your shift.